What's going on, guys? Ironflash here, and I'm back with another reaction for you today. Well, that was weird. I kind of spazzed out a little bit. I don't know what's going on with these cameras, but it is what it is, right? We're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. I'm here to do a reaction to this video I came across called A Tale of Two Snow Whites. Now, I know exactly who it is by just looking at the by looking at the thumbnail as to who it is making this, I guess, remake in their own way of Snow White, with all the controversy happening around the original film that was set to release, I don't remember when, but in live action. So I'm very genuinely curious to see what we have in stores here. This is going to be from the Critical Drinker, who is a critical person. Let's dive right in.
One of the simplest rules of business is that if you don't give your customers what they want, then sooner or later someone else will. And that, my friend,
is so true.
when you go out of business. Such is the case with Snow White and the 7 diverse, non-specific, vertically challenged creatures. A movie that somehow managed to combine all the worst aspects of modern movie.
I heard that picture wasn't real.
All the worst aspects of modern actors.
Weird. It's no longer 1937. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Oh my god. And you know the crazy part? She probably wouldn't have played a bad Snow White, but she just had to.
What?
In short,
open her mouth, right?
Of the classic fairy tale, or even the 1937 animated movie, the exact opposite of what they wanted, and the result has been an audience backlash on a scale never before seen. Even The Little Mermaid never came close to the thermonuclear level of hatred that engulfed
Snow White kind of got smashed.
For every failing company that's too stupid or too arrogant to give their customers what they actually want, there's another up-and-coming hopeful waiting to swoop in and take the crown. And in this case, it's the Daily Wire, a conservative.
What's her name? Brett Cooper?
Started dabbling in film and TV production over the past couple of years. And while they haven't exactly rocked the world of entertainment to its core, movies like Run, Hide, Fight and Shuts In proved that they can make relatively decent films on a fraction of the cost of Hollywood's. And the other day, they dropped their first teaser trailer for Snow White and the Evil Queen, something that I honestly thought was a piss take at first. But no,
look at the little squirrel.
Movie that's actually getting made and released next year under their kids production company Bentkey, starring Brett Cooper as Snow White.
She's actually really pretty.
Hell out of me, because I always assumed that Brett Cooper was a man. And damn man, right off the bat you can tell they're happily taking pot shots at Disney with this one. The reveal of Cooper as Snow White is left until the final seconds of the teaser, and it's played with such a triumphant flourish that it might as well be accompanied by the
She looks good as Snow White.
This is how it's supposed to be done. I mean, clearly the whole thing was slapped together pretty quickly to take advantage
of course.
of the momentum around Snow White, probably on a small budget, so it looks more like a skit from SNL than a major Hollywood movie. Then again, based on the pictures we've seen from the set, the Disney version doesn't exactly justify its $200 million.
See, somebody said
either,
this was
so
fake.
Who the hell knows? You can tell that they've gone out of their way not to put a modern spin on the classic story, not to subvert the audience's expectations, and not to use the movie as an excuse to insert 21st century Californian ideology into a story written hundreds of years ago. And whether or not you agree with that idea, one thing you can't deny is that there's definitely a market for films like this, a growing market that's become increasingly alienated from modern entertainment and want nothing more complicated than to forget their troubles and lose themselves in a bit of escapism for an hour or two. Not much to ask, really, but it's something that Hollywood's been increasingly reluctant to give. You know, it's actually a pretty damning indictment of where we are as a culture that a movie that dares to just tell a conventionally heroic story that's faithful to the source material is now considered some crazy revolutionary outlier, but there you go. Truly, we live in clown worlds. The same principle of being humble and respectful to the source material even filters through to the main actress when she was speaking about her role. Quote, "I was raised on the original Grimm's fairy tales, so I'm thrilled that we're bringing this iconic story to life for the next generation. Snow White is such a beautiful character, and I'm honoured to be playing her. Like all the best fairy tales, this is a story with timeless values like love, friendship, and kindness, and I can't wait to share them." Now, do me a favour and compare this for a moment to Rachel Zegler's interpretation of the character and her attitude to the original animated movie.
Her attitude
Cartoon was made 85 years ago.
and therefore it's extremely dated.
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
So then what is she going to be doing?
Focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Women being in roles of power.
Y'all did her dog so wrong.
There isn't there? Tell me, which actress do you find yourself rooting for more? Now, ultimately, I've got no idea at this stage whether Snow White and the Evil Queen will be any good or not. It could just as easily turn out to be a steaming pile of dog shit, no matter the good intentions behind it. The difference, though, is that unlike the Disney version, I actually want this one to succeed, partly because I think it's being made with exactly the kind of attitude that's sorely lacking in Hollywood today, and partly because the anarchist in me wants to see the absolute meltdown that'll engulf the mainstream media if this film somehow outperforms Disney's excretion. I mean, let's be honest, it totally isn't going to, but it's funny to think about all the same. It really feels like a classic case of a scrappy underdog taking on a bigger, overconfident opponent. Either way, the simple existence of this movie and the attention it's getting proves the point that I made at the start, that if you go long enough without giving your customer what they want, then eventually someone else is going to step in and do it for you. They might not succeed immediately, but the simple fact that they tried it will inevitably encourage others to do the same. And well, sooner or later you might just find that those customers you took for granted have taken their business elsewhere. And at the end of the day, you've got no one to blame but yourself.
Yourself, exactly.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Thank you, sir. Alright, well, there you have it. A Tale of Two Snow Whites. Okay, so here's my issue. I'm honestly genuinely more excited for the Brett Cooper version from the Daily Wire. And it's just simply because of the fact that Disney has dug themselves in a hole when it comes to all of these live action remakes. I understand. I'm all here for inclusion. I'm here for what you call it, for a female lead and or a female in power in a movie. I'm here for it. I'm all for it. But you just cannot shove that down people's throats, man, because if you do that, then nobody's gonna want to watch, you know. And then when you have your main actress going out there and publicly trashing the classic that is Snow White, like the first ever created film by Walt Disney himself, you have her going out there trashing that film. You're making Disney look like trash, man. And it sucks to say something like that, man, because I'm a huge Disney fan. But I think that Disney has a lot of reevaluating that they need to do, especially when they do these live action remakes, right? I'm hoping that both films come out good, come out great, actually. I'm more excited to watch that Brett Cooper version. Like I said, Brett Cooper is a very beautiful woman. She, who do they compare her? Oh, they try to say it's Ben Shapiro in a wig, and clearly it's not the case. But y'all play too much. I know how y'all are. But and the sad truth about it is like Buddy said in The Critical Drinker, is a lot of people are too soft these days, and that's what they want. They want to ponder to the softness, and then that's what causes the conflict, and that's what causes the issue. And this is by no means anything to change what the original did. If you look at what the Daily Wire is doing, they're doing the original script. They're keeping to the source material, as you would say. It's wild to me that this is going on. Ooh. But to each their own, right? I'm not here to judge anybody by what they believe in. I'm just here to watch movies and enjoy my life. Whether I hurt your feelings or not, I don't give a damn. And that's just the facts. So with that being said, guys, hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget to ding that bell. Ironflash is out of here.